your tone and the energy you brought to this film, and the character was so amazing in so many layers. Can you share a little bit about what that process was like for you, just shaping that character and getting into that space? It was just, you drew me in, like from the minute the frame opened. That was it.
Well, I had the responsibility of believing in what I was playing, right? But not only as an actor, but as a character. So it was like this double layer performance in a way. I was playing a character that was also sort of playing a character. He couldn't fail, right? If he failed, like his life was threatened. So I would say that the most challenging thing was that, to fine tune exactly like that sort of the level of expression in terms of fear and tension. And as an actor, you know, that tension in your body as an actor is not something that you want when you're playing, because you want your body to be very available to, you know, channel emotions and things. So I was really careful that, you know, with that sort of tension that the character was going through, so that that tension wouldn't impregnate my body. I was super lucky. I mean, if you like the performance, it's also because I'm playing with Lars Eidinger, you know, and you cannot play fear if you don't have somebody in front of you that is really expressing that danger. So I think it's a combination. It's super hard for me to like divide performances. I believe in collaboration. I believe in like teamwork. And I think what we did with Vadim and Lars, that triangle, was very interesting. And it was very theatrical in a way. We were always playing in the same place. And I think that that concentration in a way brought us into, I don't know, the depth of these characters, and also the idea that they were enemies, right? Like if you think about the screenplay, but then at the same time we were working in a place in which like communication between these impossible characters could be possible through this invented language. It was playing for the others and playing for ourselves, I would say. I don't know how to break down, because there's so many, you know, little nooks and layers, because the film and the relationship between the characters is very complex in a way.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And the way you, at the end, the chemistry between you and Lars, it was just so incredibly amazing. This film just drew me. I was so mesmerized. I was so taken in. I couldn't stop watching. I couldn't miss any frame. I couldn't miss one piece of anything. Everything mattered. And that chemistry was important. When I spoke to the director, I asked him how it was like, and he said, hey, when I've got great actors, I don't have to do anything. I let just them do their thing. And I think that that's such a brilliant way to, you know, be in that process.
Well, it's true that casting is very important. I wouldn't say that having great actors, but me, from the side of the performer, I would say that when I have, you know, colleagues that are super present and creative and brilliant in what they also give me, of course, that I bounce back all that amazing energy. It's something that we create, you know, as a team. And Vadim also has a very good eye, because when you write, when you set the scene, also the elements are there. Then you just have to go and dance in a way. And if you were drawn into the film, I think that we were also drawn into the story as actors. You know, we couldn't like let go. Yeah. The film is about like not letting go.
There are lots of great actors out there, absolutely. But I'm sorry, you're actually one of my absolute favorites that I've discovered you. I cannot wait to watch everything else you watch, because it really is quite a job. And how do you decompress from that after? I mean, I was watching this film, and on the other side of me, I'm thinking, oh my God, how's he going to get back to himself after this?
It's tough. I mean, I wouldn't say that I get like colonized by the characters I play, but of course that when you spend like 2 months every single day going through those scenes and situations, even though you try to disconnect at the end of the day, it's like doing sport, right? If you run a lot, then you're out of breath. So naturally those images, you know, sort of live within you for maybe a month or two. But I think it's also nice. I believe also in, I would say, in dying in life, right? Also as a means to play, like also playing and letting yourself be inhabited by things is also letting yourself die, in the sense that you also can welcome new things in your performance. And that also applies to life. And if I chose to make a film, it's also to let those characters and those stories live within me, and also like put light and consciousness on that story that was a true story in a way. I don't like shying away from things. I think that life is richer when we look at things outside and inside. And I think that violence exists not only outside, but inside. And if it exists outside, it's because it also exists inside. And hatred is not only hatred against the others, but hatred against things that we don't like about ourselves. So I wouldn't say that even if it's a tough and dark story that we told, it has a lot of light if you take it as a possibility to open up to the otherness, I would say, and to your own self. Yeah. But of course, that once the shoot is done, I'm like super happy to move on.
Of course.
Super happy. And my emotional muscle, I think it's pretty well trained in the sense that I can let go.
Well, your muscles are amazing, because some of the things that I saw in the scenes, and when you're trying to think of other languages to say and the different words, and I'm like, wait, did he say that for bread and that for thing? And then that scene when you mix it up and you say, but it's the same word, it just means something else. You know? I mean,
that was an idea I had.
It was great, because I'm thinking, oh my God, it was just, there was nothing about this film. I mean, it was just everything. It was heartwarming, it was joyful, it was funny, it was sad, it was tragic. It was all those things wrapped up in one. And I just really am just so impressed by your work and the filmmaking and the process. And I could watch that again, which is a lot about me watching something twice.
Well, but that's because maybe the film has many different layers that we can also discover once we see the film once or twice or a few times. Right?
If there's one thing you would want to shine a light on for you, what would that be?
That communication is always possible if we exercise it and if we believe in communication. In this case, they could communicate thanks to this invented language, right? And I think that nowadays we need more communication, we need more dialogue, we need more understanding of each other. And I think that, I mean, without falling into the trap of we can comprehend anyone and anything, right? I'm not like being naive in that sense, but also like seeing the dark side in ourselves and understand that if violence or if extreme right nowadays, extreme right wing is rising, it's also because something in ourselves is also, you know, collaborating in a way so that exists. I don't know, just trying to think that nobody's perfect and trying to think that we can find some light if we look at each other with a little bit more love, but real love, sincere love, self-love. Yeah, I'm very into self-love lately. Sorry, but because I think it's super important to love yourself so that then you can, you know, accept the otherness in a more broad way. And remember, and the exercise of memory is very important. Like the worst hasn't happened. We can always go back, and the worst things, you know, could come back. So let's protect what we have, and let's go for more justice and more sharing and all that.
Your character did that, and like I said again, thank you so much. Your soul was revealed, and the soul of that person and the situation and the life and the time period, everything was in that one look in your face in those scenes, and I was just blown away. And I absolutely just kudos to the entire team, to everyone, especially to you and all the actors. Fabulous job, and thank you so much for taking the time with me.
No, sure, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
I hope that people go see the film.
They better go see it. Go see this film, because it's the best thing out there right now.